With over 20 vehicles and 1,000 trips out here in Las Vegas as a Turo Power host, we've been on the platform for over 15 months now. I'm going to share with y'all and break this down of what to know before you get started. Welcome y'all. Tap in, hit the sub, like the video if you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to give y'all 7 things on what to know before you get onto the Turo platform. Let's say you just listed your car and you just want some insight. You want the straight up like, yo, what are the things I need to know so I take minimum risk, even though you know you're taking risk, to really get started and get out there on the platform. What are some things I need to know, RC, as I'm getting started to learn? Because I get it. There's a lot to learn. There's a few key things that I should know before getting started. What are those things? Let's talk about it. Number one, I get this question a lot, and it's, will this car work? Will this year and this car work? What if this car? How do you know if this car will work? Well, how do we know if a car is going to work? It's a few things, but first, you got to look at your marketplace. I don't know what marketplace. People just think that I know every single marketplace out there. We don't know, okay? What I can say is I've done videos on the best economy cars. Go look those videos up, get an economy car, and if you know there's other renters or hosts in your area, look at what they're renting, look at how many trips they've gone on, and just be like, okay, I can probably get something similar. You just never know what cars are going to do well and what cars will not. If you really want to be able to just take the risk, make sure you get an economy vehicle. One, let's say it doesn't book as much as you thought or anticipated. Worst case scenario, you can ride it, you can roll with it. That's the worst case scenario. Right now, there has been, especially in this time right now in this season, there's been a lack of cars being rented. So I see Turo prices are going up, surge, and we're in a busy city like Las Vegas. So I get it. We're in a more tourist type of city. So yes, we've been able to launch. We've been blessed. We're in the right community, right territory. If you're in any major cities or places where people come in and out, they're flying in and out, you're probably going to do well. But I'd go with economy vehicles. Now, just to kind of like share a little bit more on like the best cars, I've done so many breakdowns on all our different vehicles, all the profits and losses and all that stuff. So you guys can check that. We have tons of videos on that. But to ask me if this is a best car, you have to do the research. You can go on the website. You can literally check to see what's in your local marketplace, how many trips are the other hosts are doing, what other vehicles are doing well on their fleet, and see if you can get something similar for a good deal, for a good price. You have to know your marketplace, and also the vehicle can't be more than 12 years old, and it cannot have more than 130,000 miles. That's just Turo's policy. So look into that and then make sure what cars are the best. I always get this question. It's not a matter if this car is good or whatnot. It's more of like, first, top tier is your marketplace good with it? Are there other hosts out there that are actually renting around your city and doing exceptionally well? That's not competition. That's just to show you there's a demand, there's a need. First, I got to see if there's a need in my marketplace. And then from there, I'd go a super simple car, not too old, not too many miles. That's just me personally. I'd go with something with economy that people can just cruise around. Okay, I know Turo's branding themselves as super luxury. That's all their marketing and branding, but really they're just attracting people to say, hey, we're a high-end third-party rental car company, and you can trust us. That's a reason why they do that. So number one, people always ask, what's the best car? Do research in your marketplace, check the app, look at the radius, see if there's other hosts that are winning out there, and it'll be good. Number two, and it's very upfront, it's very simple, do not list your home address. I'm going to say that again. Do not list your home address. To me, I believe it's amateur. If you get Turo guests that are threatening you, they're going to come straight to your house. And it's danger. It's not good to have guests and strangers. You're going to attract some weirdos, as you're doing a lot. I literally had a dude the other day, like, literally threaten us and say, are you at your office? I'm going to come see you right now. Tell me to my face. Come lie to me to my face about this. And it's funny because we had the trackers to show him the timing, the timestamps and everything. So he was actually a liar, or he was just delusional, but he was threatening us. Obviously, we talked to Turo, told him to try to, do your thing where they can't book from us again, and they were able to do that. They saw the threats through the app. I'll tell y'all, do not list your vehicle at your home address. What are some other options? Go down the street. Do you have a park? Is there a local business where you can just drop it off in the parking lot during the day at the time? Like, just not at your home address, okay? Do it down the street, across the street, at the corner, at somewhere else, but not at your actual home address, because you don't want to risk your life, okay? Don't list it. This is like red flag 101, make it simple. Don't list your vehicle at your home address. Number three, and this really helps us a lot with claims, take a lot of pictures. Some people are like, oh, that's too many pictures. It's too redundant. I'll take a few extra minutes to take pictures rather than having to pay later and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe we missed that. This shouldn't have been on it. And then I lost on like $1,000 claim that I should have gotten. Turo's very, very strict about that. They've done the research, their claims team. There's times where they're like, hey, you took a picture and reported this and it was actually there on the pre-post or on the pre-trip photo. And I was like, oh wow, I didn't notice that, but they looked through all our pictures, even though we got like 200-300 pictures. I'm the dude that says take a lot of pictures, overestimate it, just over deliver. The thing about it is I tell people how you do anything is how you do everything. So why not just take a few extra minutes, do it. It's kind of like just taking that extra pump at the gym. You know you're supposed to do 10 right in that set, but you ended up doing 11, 12, 13. You're pushing past it. If you can build this habit with everything in your life, I'll tell y'all, it just becomes better. And also that habit builds onto your team. Take a lot of pictures, y'all. Number 4 is making sure that your message templates are set up. Turo recently launched in this last year automated templates. You used to have to use a third-party software. Now there's automated messaging for every booking, every situation, whether it's a drop-off at the airport or a pickup at your location. They've started that. They've launched it. I did a whole video on templates and whatnot. I also get free templates. If you guys want my full system, just drop your email in the first link below and you'll be able to get my full systems, templates, trackers, G Sheets, everything that I talk about when it comes to tracking your invoices, your claims, your incidentals. I got all that stacked. On top of that, I've also given you my exact templates to messaging people and to set that up so it's super automated. Make sure you have your messages set up. And number 5, it goes on with number 4. It's be ready for customer service. There's going to be times tires happen, check engine lights, batteries die. There's things that take place that are just unforeseen in a lot of these situations. So be ready to help the guest. If you have a good check-in process where you're able to really share everything, give them all the things. Hey, if you have this issue, reach out to Turo. If you have this issue, call this number. If there's an emergency, call this. So once you guys set the expectation, you'll have a great process for your guests, for your customers. And again, things happen. Okay, things end up happening. So there's going to be times where you're going to have to be there. You're going to have to answer the call. You're going to have to reach back out as soon as possible. So just be ready with customer service because it's not as automated as most people think. Emergencies happen and there needs to be somebody there because it's your biz. Turo, they just getting the lead. They're getting your cut. And they want you to handle it. That's just how it is. There's going to be things that you must handle and you're going to take responsibility for, or you're going to get a bad review. It's just the game. It's how it is on these third-party platforms. So be ready to over-deliver when it comes to customer service and be available as soon as possible. I get it. Most people are working full-time jobs. That's okay. But just know that you could text them and be like, hey, I'll get right back to you. Let me know what's the issue and I'll make sure everything's taken care of. And you're good to go. People just want communication. So number 5, be ready for customer service and communication anytime, any day, and always be ready for all types of emergencies. Number 6, make sure you got a tracker. Make sure you got a tracker. Now, I haven't been able to share my tracker to too many people. Why? Because the tracker that I use, unless you have 5 or more vehicles, you're not going to be qualified for it. I'll be straight up. And it's not the best company if you're not trying to build a big fleet. If some of y'all are, you're like, nah, RC, let me get it. Let me, there's so many other trackers out there. You can literally Amazon or Google the different trackers, but make sure you have a tracker that our tracker shows the front. It has all the recordings of the front. So we get to see accidents and we can really get a lot of claims going on. But on top of that, it also has the timestamps and all that and live app. You want things that do that for the tracker. You also want to kill switch with the tracker. But again, these are just prerequisites of trackers, okay, for your vehicle. Most people are like, oh, no, I'm just getting started. You're going to want a tracker. I'm telling y'all this. Have a tracker. It gives you a peace of mind, but don't get obsessed with your tracker where you're checking your car every day, all the time. I was like that for months, and then I finally let that go, and I released it. But now when emergencies come, we know where our vehicle's at. We can check if somebody drops it off and says, hey, I already dropped the keys off at your office. I know it's late, boom. And then we can just make sure and just see that it's there and the time that they dropped it off and all that stuff. Have trackers. It just helps with the peace of mind. If you guys want to know more about my trackers, I have it in my program. I share that exact tracker. And the reason why I put it there is because this tracker is not for everyone. And the program is really for people that want to scale a fleet and are serious about the A to Z. Get a tracker. It's so important for your biz, even if you just have one vehicle. Number 7, and the last thing I want to share is get insurance, okay? Get insurance. Get insurance for your vehicles. Now, all those insurance companies like Geico, Progressive, they're not going to help you. Okay, I'll be straight up. They don't do car sharing. They literally have, like even Geico, they have it where they're not going to cover you if you're doing Lyft or Uber. Now, Turo is still fairly new in the game and it's not as exposed, but as these companies start to understand, they're probably going to have that. But since yours is going to be on a car sharing platform, it's not going to be covered in insurance on your personal. So you have to have a different insurance. I did a whole video of what insurance to use. So tap into that video, check it out, save it for later, get an insurance that actually covers while it's being rented. And I actually share in that video all the different options. Choose one, call around, get some quotes, look at what your city is, be a business owner, and check out what's the best insurance to have on your vehicle. That's not Geico, that's not Progressive, or any of these companies that will not do it while it's being rented by somebody else, by a guest. Get a insurance for your vehicle. In most states, insurance is actually needed in order for you to be able to have your vehicle out on the street. I know in the state of Nevada, it's illegal to not have insurance on a vehicle. Okay, so I know there's others that it's not, other states, like I've heard, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even know that. I'm so used to just being on the West Coast, Cali, Vegas. Make sure you get insurance for your vehicles, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you guys want that free template, check it out below. Go back, watch any of these. I got a whole playlist on all this stuff. I just love to share the journey. I love to document it because it's just been fun. It's been exciting. And it's been a lot of stressful situations that I've learned, grown through, became stronger. Welcome to business, y'all. If you guys enjoyed this, tap in below, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you guys want to see this video on how we did over 100K plus in just a year within this platform, we did 100K last year, 100K, well over 100K this year. Check that video out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys tap in and hit the template. First link below. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Bye-bye.